Welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to go oil shopping and doing some price comparison. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I get a lot of comments, especially on my Royal Purple videos, about how expensive Royal Purple is compared to other oils. Now this video is going to be looking at other synthetic oils. Obviously most synthetic oils are much more expensive, or can be quite a bit more expensive than conventional oils, but considering that most new cars run on synthetic, we're going to be looking at the synthetic high performance oils and get some direct comparisons so we can actually see which oil is more expensive and by how much. So we're going to be going to O'Reilly and then Autozone and Walmart to be checking out all of the synthetic oils and see how much different the prices are. Now obviously this is in my location. Prices will change depending on where you're from, and there were a couple sales going on, so obviously we couldn't look at everything straight across, but this will give us a pretty good idea on how different the prices are on different brands of synthetic oil. Now real quick before we start, I do want to apologize. I was using my phone camera and I had it on the wrong setting, so if it looks a little bit fuzzy, it's because I'm so used to using my camera. I haven't been using my phone very much, and it keeps reverting back to its original settings, so I forgot to change it before we started recording. So without further ado, let's go check out O'Reilly. So here we are at O'Reilly. I would have loved to have recorded while I was there, but they are always playing music and I don't want to get my video demonetized by having a little bit of background music going on. So this is why we're doing the voiceover today. So O'Reilly carries all of the major brands: Valvoline, Castrol, Mobil 1, Royal Purple, even a little bit of Shell and some Chevron. Unfortunately the Shell and a lot of the Chevrons were actually diesel oils, so I couldn't really look at those in a direct comparison. But one of the brands that they do have there is O'Reilly's own brand of oil. Now I personally have absolutely zero experience with O'Reilly oil. I've never bought it before. I don't have any friends that use it, so if anybody out there has any experience with this stuff, knows where it comes from, anything like that, is it based on another popular brand or brand name, I would greatly appreciate it if you left your experiences in the comments below. But looking at these ones here, this is going to be our dex-os SN+, so that is the API rating on that oil. We come over here to Pennzoil, same thing. We're going to be looking at the same weight and everything as we do our comparisons today. So there is the Pennzoil, and we will move over to the Valvoline, same weight and API rating. Now one thing we're going to look at, again, we're going to be looking at the prices. So going back over to the O'Reilly brand oil, it is actually quite a bit cheaper at $6.50. That's almost $4 less than the Pennzoil, and the Pennzoil and the Valvoline are the exact same price. Now moving on to our Castrol Edge, again all the same ratings. We're around $10, which is the same as the Pennzoil and Valvoline SN+. Now I do have some experience with Castrol because that's what I've been using in my car. I just wasn't using their SN, their Edge stuff. And then as we move over here to the Royal Purple, we can see that it is 50 cents more per quart than the Valvoline, the Castrol, and the Pennzoil, and that it would be $4 more a quart than the O'Reilly. Moving up here to the Mobil 1, we're back to $10 again for the same one. This is actually the one that we tested a couple videos ago. Now I did get some people saying that the extended performance would be the one that would actually be more comparable to the Amsoil. Now the orange tags are the sale prices, so right behind them is the original price, $45 for 5 quarts of it. And then if you move over to the Royal Purple, it's $40 a quart, and that's not on sale. That would be the original price. So right now you can get that for $30, but that's not always price as sales come and go. So we got $40 there. If you come down here to the normal Mobil 1, again $40, so that would be the one that we tested in our small engine tests that we did, but at $28 for 5 quarts, that's actually a pretty good price. Now moving over to the Castrol, we can see that that is also $40 for 5 quarts, so the same price as the Royal Purple. And then moving it down to our Valvoline, same thing, $40 for 5 quarts. And then moving on to Pennzoil, again there's a sale on Pennzoil, so you can get it for $28 a quart, which is the exact same pricing as the Mobil 1, but its original cost was $40 for 5 quarts. And then we see our biggest price difference when we go from brand name to our O'Reilly brand. Now this is retail price here. Again, there's no orange tag, so it's not on sale. That's $22.99 for 5 quarts. So that is quite a bit cheaper. then again, you're going with a name it's not necessarily no name, but it's not brand name. So we make our way over to Autozone, and again, these guys carry most of the major name brands. These guys carry STP, and they also carry Quaker State. Now, O'Reilly did carry some Quaker State if I remember right, but there wasn't as many options. There wasn't the direct competitor to what we've been looking at. So we go here to our STP section, and we can see that the one that is direct comparison to what we've got actually matches up with the O'Reilly price. So we are a dex-os SN Plus at $6.50. So this would be the exact same ratings as the oil that we've been looking at over at O'Reilly. And then going down to the 5-quart of the STP, that also matches up with the O'Reilly. Looks like we're at like $21, $22. So I think they're like $1 apart. And that is the actual retail. That coupon that's below it is for like if you're buying like a whole oil change. Now over to Quaker State, we are at $8.50, so kind of in between what O'Reilly and some of the name brands, the other name brands have, and the STP. And then again down, so this will correspond at $34 for 5 quarts. So that wraps up the 2 oils that AutoZone has that O'Reilly's didn't. Now I was going to go over here to the other brand name oils that we were looking at O'Reilly and see if there's actually a price difference between AutoZone and O'Reilly, but as you can see, they are re-tagging a lot of things. So there were a lot of tags missing and I couldn't actually go and see. I wasn't able to compare. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more luck when we go over to Walmart. Walmart only has 1 oil that we'll be looking at. So without further ado, let's go over to Walmart and take a look at their Super Tech. So here we are at Walmart. We'll be looking more specifically at their Super Tech. And it looks like, based on what I can see, everything's got their tags on, so we should be able to check a couple different prices to see if there's any difference between O'Reilly and Walmart. So here, $4.62 for the 5W30, and this is all the same API rating and everything. That's very cheap. That's like another $2 cheaper than even the O'Reilly brand oil. So this is easily the cheapest we've seen all day, and the 5-quart is $15.98. In fact, that's so cheap that while I was recording this, I had to double check to make sure that was a proper 5-quart versus the single quart, and I checked to make sure that the tag, that $15.98, wasn't a sale, that is in fact the retail price, and that's what they cost all the time. So this is far cheaper than anything we've seen today. So we'll have to test this one. In fact, based on the poll that I did after the last set of oil testing, Super Tech is one of the ones we'll be reviewing. That's one of the reasons why we're here at Walmart, to pick these up in the first place. So now let's go see if there's any price difference between Walmart and O'Reilly by checking out the other name brand oils. And right off the bat, you can see there is a several dollar difference with every single one of these quarts of oil. I think on average, it's just over $1 cheaper per quart. So if you're looking at doing an oil change, you might want to stop by Walmart first just to see if you can get an extra $3 or $4 off your oil. Although I did notice that there wasn't as many oil filters at Walmart, so you might actually have to make 2 trips. You might have to take one to Walmart and then have to go back over to O'Reilly or AutoZone to get your oil filter, because they had just a couple of shelves of oil filters, so it wasn't anywhere near what O'Reilly or AutoZone would hold. So in order to sum up this whole video, is Royal Purple that much more expensive? And from what I can see, it's really not that much more expensive. On average, it looks like it's about 50 cents more over at O'Reilly and AutoZone per quart, and Walmart makes it a little bit more intense because their other oils are really cheap. Royal Purple's still cheaper at Walmart, but some of their other ones are actually really cheap over there. Now, I don't necessarily like shopping at Walmart very much, and I try my best not to, but if you take Royal Purple and Mobil 1, for example, you're $14 difference to get the Royal Purple. And again, if that's the oil that you really want and you've had good experiences with it, $10, $14 shouldn't stop you from buying the oil that you want to buy that you think would be better for your vehicle. Now, even though I didn't go to my local Amsoil dealer, I did include the prices there. And if you look at those prices and the Mobil 1 Extended Performance, which again, everybody was saying that the Extended Performance was more of an Amsoil and Royal Purple competitor, when you start looking at those prices, then everything gets really close together. So one more time, is Royal Purple going to break the bank? No, it's not going to break the bank. If that's the oil you want to use, if that's what you want to try, go ahead and try it out. It's been good to me so far. That's not stopping me from trying other oils. I've said in many videos in the past, I'm not sponsored by anybody. So this whole oil testing process is probably going to actually help me decide on what I'm going to continue to use in my own vehicles. So I appreciate everybody for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.